my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chloe, and today I'm going to be doing a very exciting video. But first, don't forget to subscribe, stick around, join the family, because I would love to have you here, and then you won't miss any of my videos. But today I'm going to give you my survival guide for rush, sorority recruitment, that time in the fall where you see all those videos of the girls screaming. Yeah, that is what I'm going to be talking about. I went through it this past fall at Texas Christian University, and I feel like the things that I did that I'm going to be sharing with you changed my entire experience, and without them, I don't know where my makeup would have been, my voice, or just a lot of things. So let's get right into it. Now, for each school, it may be different, but TCU gave us a bag that had like a little booklet in it, and I think like a pen or something, maybe not a pen, I don't know. Had a bag, thing, and a water bottle. We got a water bottle, which was really nice, and I don't know if every school does that, so if not, I would highly recommend bringing a reusable water bottle because we had water stations, and especially going to school in Texas, it gets hot. It was really hot. I felt like I was gonna pass out some days. You know, it's just a time that you really wanna hydrate. And with that, I would suggest bringing either vitamin C or a liquid IV. I will put a picture of them on the screen. Liquid IV is my favorite thing ever, and I talk about it a lot, but it's awesome. And then vitamin C just to keep your immune system up, because your girl got sick during recruitment, and I was sick for like a month after recruitment. So I highly recommend those two things. But other than that, I think that one thing I highly recommend to have is get lemons, fresh lemons, get honey, and also get a throat coat tea or some sort of tea for your throat. This right here is my favorite tea for the throat, and I love it. But I lost my voice the first day of recruitment because when the girls are screaming and you go in and you sit down, you're basically screaming your whole conversation through however many houses you have that day. And by the end of the second day, I could not talk at all. It was really painful. And the only thing that got me through recruitment was honey, lemon, hot water, and tea. Without those things, I don't even know if I would have been able to make it because my throat hurt so bad, and I like literally can't even tell you how bad it hurt. It was just horrible. So to save yourself from having that experience, I recommend that you do those things. Also, get a lot of rest. I know they're gonna tell you this, and it's super exciting to move in and meet all these people, but if you do not get a good night's sleep, that will also make your voice hurt. I know the first 2 nights I stayed up really late, and you have to wake up pretty early. We had to be dressed, ready, and in the stadium by 8 a.m. Some days it was 7 a.m. and it was just a lot. So making sure you get enough rest for the night is really, 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 really important. Now, for makeup. My makeup thankfully stayed on, and it was just a blessing. But the reason why is actually because I went to Sephora before rush started, and I met this girl there, and she was like, you need these items and your makeup will stay on all day, and she was right. Now, the first item that I recommend is getting a travel size of the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I used this right before I went to recruitment, and I used it throughout the rounds because I really felt like it made my makeup stay on, especially being in Texas or any other hot state, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Florida. It's really, really hot during recruitment time in the fall, and your makeup will just start slowly melting off your face. And that is just that's not a good combination for rush. So I recommend having that with you. Also, I recommend bringing whatever lipstick you use. I use a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. I absolutely love that thing. It stayed on quite often, but I brought it with me. I would put it on between rounds if I needed to. And I also had a sponge, like a beauty blender type of sponge, but I got this little thing from Sephora. I'll see if I can find a picture because it's in my dorm room right now. But it was these tiny sponges, and I would have just to blot instead of using like blotting paper. I would use that, and I felt like that worked a little bit better. And also this powder. This powder changed my life, and I've used it ever since, and I honestly think this is one of the main reasons why my makeup stayed on, and I have it right here. It is the Mercier Candleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder in the shade 2. They have different shades, and this is what it looks like. And it's just this powder. This powder will change your life during recruitment. I put this on after I put my foundation on. I put this on, go on with my makeup, and I would touch up with this throughout just the day with this Sonia Kashuk brush that I got from Target, and it kept my makeup on. I'd put it on my chin, my nose, my forehead, whatever. And honestly, this is probably the one thing that kept my confidence up, because the girls, the row gammas that will be in front of the houses were like, girl, look, your makeup looks fire, like it's still on. And I was like, thanks. Like I just felt like I was doing something right. But I would say if there's anything that you get for your makeup, it is this powder right here. I know it is a little bit on the pricier side, but I am telling you, it is so worth it. I've had it since August and I still haven't hit the pan on it, and I use it basically every single time I put my makeup on. So it lasts a long time, which is really, really nice. During recruitment with your different outfits, I'm sure you'll have different types of shoes, but for me, I wore the Steve Madden shoes, I wore wedges, heels, so many different types of shoes, and I started to get blisters because you're walking a lot. Now, if you start to get blisters, I recommend having like certain types of Band-Aids with you, small ones, big ones, and also they have little blister Band-Aids that are life-changing. I suggest that you buy those and keep a couple with you in your bag that you get to bring with you, and make sure that if your feet start hurting that you have also a pair of flip-flops. I got Steve Madden flip-flops. You can get flip-flops from Target. I know a lot of girls were wearing Tory Burch flip-flops, but have them in your bag so if your feet hurt, you can take them off between rounds. Sometimes, depending on your schedule, you might have a 2-hour break, you might have a 15-minute break, but having flip-flops just between houses, walking, you have to walk fast, is really, 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 really helpful. I recommend you purchase some nice flip-flops, rainbow sandals. Those are really nice. Just something to keep your foot comfortable as much as possible. Every single time I would go into a house, right before I would put either a mint or gum, but if you do put gum in, make sure you take it out before walking into the house. There's trash cans, or just use the wrapper, put it in there, you know, get rid of the gum before walking in and talking to the girls. But your faces are really, really, really close, like really close when you're talking, and you just don't want to have bad breath. I know next year when I'm doing the rounds, or this fall when I'm doing the rounds as a recruiter, I'm definitely going to put gum, mints, something in my mouth so whoever I'm talking to, they don't think I have bad breath, vice versa. I just think that that overall is a great thing to have. Mints, gum, even a toothbrush. I saw some girls having a disposable toothbrush with them, and when we would go and have our breaks, they would brush their teeth. That's really helpful. Or even if you want, you can bring like floss. I saw people doing that. Just anything to make sure that your breath smells good, your teeth look good, because you want to have that smile. Pearly whites. See? Smile, 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 smile. Whenever I would go into the bathrooms, I did see a lot of girls have portable flattening irons and curling irons that were really, really tiny, and they would touch up their hair with that. I'd recommend, if you want to do that and you want to make sure that your hair looks good, you can have one. I think that's kind of smart to do, but just make sure that if you are going to bring it, that you have enough time for it to cool down, because if you have a plastic bag, you don't really want that to melt the plastic bag. So if you want to do that, I recommend it. If you want to, just know that you have to make sure that it doesn't melt your bag, because that probably wouldn't be good. Also, with your hair, I curled my hair a lot and or straightened it. I think I straightened it one day, but it was basically curled the whole time. And this hairspray right here from Moroccan oil saved my life. My hair stayed all day, and my hair does not stay. I don't do well with curls. I don't do well with flattening irons either, because my hair will just poof up, and for some reason this hairspray is my holy grail, and it keeps my curls in. I actually curled my hair for this video because I thought it'd be fun, you know, a little thing to do while we're stuck at home, but I used it still and it looks good. It keeps my curlies in. So I recommend getting that. I had a travel size with me in my little bag to touch up my hair too in between rounds, just to make sure it looked a little bit poofy, a little bit extra fun. Snacks. Snacks are just so good, and you want to have them, because even though they will provide you with snacks, usually it's like one snack per person, and if you have a 2-3 hour break and lunch isn't for a while, you'll probably get hungry. So I recommend having a bar, like a healthy protein bar, nuts, things that will just keep your energy up, not really having a lot of sweets or sugar, especially in the heat. If you're mixing that with only sugary snacks, you're more likely to feel like not that good, feel like you're gonna pass out. I made that mistake on the first day. I did not feel good because I was only eating sugary type of snacks because that's what they had. So I'd recommend having something with a little bit more protein to make you feel more full. They probably, I think they feed you, well, at TCU they feed you. They have like a lunch break and a dinner break for some nights, but I would highly recommend having a snack because you don't know how long your breaks will be and you're probably gonna get hungry. Also, bring a small compact mirror so that you can see your face, see your hair. I know I use this mirror in here, but if you don't end up getting this powder or bring any powder with you that has a mirror, I would just suggest bringing some sort of mirror with you, or else you're gonna have no clue where your makeup's going. And that's not good. That is not good. I just bring a mirror. Just have a mirror. Mirrors are good. We like mirrors. When they give you your bag, earlier I said they'll give you a booklet. Now with that booklet, it'll have very tiny space in it to put notes about that sorority, what you like about them, all of that type of stuff. Now, for me, I ran out of room on the first day, so I had an extra notebook with me that I would bring just to write down notes, to remember conversations, so that when I was going to be choosing what houses I wanted, that I still had like a reference to go back to and be like, okay, I like this conversation, this house, blah, 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 blah. But if you don't want to do that, you can also get Post-it notes. I saw a lot of girls doing this. They would put Post-it notes inside the same booklet where the house was so that they could write more notes. So whether it's Post-it notes or notebooks, I highly suggest bringing an extra form of paper so that you can write down your notes. If you are going to a hot state, I highly recommend getting a fan. I got this beautiful fan off Amazon and it charges. It's amazing. It feels so nice on the skin, especially when you're waiting in between houses or having to walk. Just to have a fan to blow over your face is so nice, and it makes it feel like the hot air is less, like there's less of it, like the hot air is dispersing around you. I just recommend having a fan. I know my old roommate had a fan with water and she liked that because she could spray water on herself, or just a fan, some sort of fan. I recommend a fan. Even if it's $10, it'll be the best $10 you ever spent. And also, I bring the fans with me to games now because it's hot when you go to football games. So I have that, tailgates, you know, just a fan. Fans are nice and they're useful. I still have my fan. I love my fan. I miss her. She's at school. Poor fan. Last but not least, I forgot to mention this earlier with all my throat coat tea stuff, but have lozenges with you. Have lozenges that will make your throat feel better, because when you're talking a lot, like a lot, your throat will start hurting whether or not you lose your voice or you don't lose your voice. And I think that if I would have had lozenges with me, that would have really helped my situation. Okay, that is all of my tips. That is my big survival guide for Rush. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see any more videos about recruitment, what I wore, advice that I have, anything like that, please comment down below and I'll make sure to do that video. Also, don't forget to subscribe because I want you here, and also like and comment on this video as well for any other videos you'd like to see me do. And I hope that wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, that you have or had an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!